Today I'm looking at who makes the best all-in-one for your home gym. I have identified a few things that I think could make for the perfect all-in-one. Starting off with having a Smith machine, right? In my opinion, it shouldn't be just any sort of Smith machine. It should be a converging one. You have seen some of the options coming on the market, or you might have seen, and those just help with better replicating more ergonomic movements you might be doing on your favorite gym machines. Another thing to look out for is decent pivot arms with good adjustability. And another thing I'm looking for is low pulleys, high pulleys, so multiple pull options besides the pivoting arms. So not just two, but ideally something like 6 pull points, I think is a must for the perfect all-in-one. So let's start off with a great option that has relatively recently come onto market and also introduced many people to Converging Smith machines. Here I'm talking about the BRUTEforce Australia's ALFA, right? Great option. They introduced their innovative Converging Smith with these many attachments that you can interchange quite quickly between and essentially replicate different machines like leg press, safety squat bar, calf raises. They have this multi-grip bar, standard straight bar, neutral handles, standard handles. So many different options. What I don't particularly enjoy about this machine and their version is that I feel their cable or functional trainer is kind of an afterthought here, right? So they don't have high pulleys, they don't have low pulleys, they just have these pivot arms, and even the pivot arms, when compared to some of their competitors, they're not anything special. They're not like the best ones out there. They're nice, but they're not the best, at least in my opinion. Also, I think for this one, right? So the uprights are not 3x3 and with 1-inch holes, right? So you might be limited to their ecosystem here with their attachments. So that is just something to look out for. Maybe not the most relevant for everyone, but something to think about. The next option I'm suggesting is this one, right? So this is all-in-one, essentially sourced from China, right? With this Rep Aries 2.0 type of functional trainer, these long pivot arms with a lot of adjustments. They seem decent, high pulleys, low pulleys. And then there is this Converging Smith they have. Looks like a decent option. One thing to note, and that springs to my mind when compared to the BRUTEforce one, is that they don't have this versatility of different attachments for the Converging Smith. They have this foot plate for leg presses, they have straight bar, and they have like individual handles. So it's a good option, but if you really want that versatility, maybe they're missing that. So so far both machines have some trade-offs. At least in this case, I think they have these 3x3 uprights, which is a nice addition and adds to the versatility. This machine is also available in Singapore, I think, from this Gym's Garage website. They sell it for 3.5K. Interesting option, as said before. For the Canadians, as I showed before, the Vortex multifunctional Smith machine is around also similar price range, right? So 3.7K, which I think is quite decent for if you're thinking about it as like a Rep Aries 2.0 alternative with the addition of a bit cooler Smith machine. So I think it's nice. I also saw this machine being sold. I think this one was also one of the Asian countries. I don't want to make a mistake here, but I think it was Malaysia, Philippines, or some of those islands. I don't know that much about the region. Sorry if I'm offending anyone. But essentially, they also have this similar machine as we saw from Gear for Fit and from Gym's Garage. Currently, I actually didn't see it on their website, but I know these guys at least have been selling it before, and another place to check out if you're in that region. Here is actually the place that I think they're sourcing these machines from, the last few that I showed. This is from Nantong Titanium Strength Systems on Alibaba. They don't have this exact model now in stock, from at least on their website, but they had it before. I talked to them about it. It was around 1.5K. In terms of the price, of course, you have to take into account that depending on where you're buying it from, you'll have to deal with some imports and those sorts of extra fees. So take that into account. But I think in general, you should be able to get it cheaper than buying it from already sourcing it from the local brands, retailers that sell it. So this is for the ones that want to take a bit more of a risk and do it themselves. Actually, they have multiple machines with Converging system. They're actually similar to the ones we saw, and interesting option. Reach out to them if you want to get a machine like I showed before, and get it for the cheapest price possible. Interesting option. I'm not sure why they don't have it now in stock on the website. Then next up, also very similar machine, Rep Aries 2.0 type of functional trainer plus a Converging Smith machine attachment. It is very similar to the previous few machines. So I'm not sure if they make it themselves or also just source it from China, but This is an interesting option, and the pricing is good as well. I think they even offer like free shipping in most states, so something like that. So if you're again just looking at it as like a Rep Aries alternative with the cooler Smith and currently better pivot arms, I think it could be a very interesting option for you to consider. I also noticed that they actually sell this Converging Smith attachment separately as well, and the price looks pretty good especially when compared to other Smith machines for sale. So it's comparable in that sense, but with added functionality. I'm not sure of how it fits with different tracks, etc. That you would have to ask them. But it's interesting that I think they're one of the first that actually sell it separately in such a form. So I think this is for the people that already have their rack and all the systems set up, but they just want a cool addition to the rack and just put it in. And I think it could be quite interesting for many. So check out Olympian Frontiers. Then let's look at what I think is currently the perfect option on the market. Again, we are turning to BRUTEforce Australia. So in this case, they have just released their 3x3 functional training Converging Smith. So kind of better version of the ALFA machine I showed you earlier. What I like that they have sold here is adding high pulleys and low pulleys, and change the uprights so they are 3x3 by with 1-inch holes in a format that is much more familiar to most home gym owners. So yeah, better functional trainer, nice Converging Smith with all the attachments. I think this is great. This is personally speaking, if I do decide to add something, I'll probably be going for this one for my gym, because it essentially can do everything. Maybe I would add like some sort of a lateral raise attachment, some sort of a leg extension, leg curl machine or attachment, and that's my gym done. It's perfect. I think with the attachments that I sell, like these multi-grips and safety squat bars and a few other things they have, I think you can pretty much do everything, and yeah, that's fantastic. Then let's show you another option that has gone quite viral on the home gym community Instagram. It's from Crazy Larry at Bulletproof Fitness. Yeah, essentially this could be again a good version for those who already have their rack, their cable systems, and they want to add the Converging Smith. This is the first and only option currently available on the market that you can not only adjust the angle inward, so bringing your hands closer, but you can also adjust the angle here, so tilting the Smith machine in different directions, and even attach it like this here to the rack in sort of a different configuration. So really a great option to for those who want to play around with and create different setups. So yeah, I think it's a great competitor, and yeah, just kind of different approaches, right? So it's probably BRUTEforce 3x3 ALFA for those who want everything ready and done and just set it and forget it and just go to work and use it. While I think for those who like to tinker, it could be the perfect setup of having your own rack, adding this Nolan machine to your rack, and then all the other attachments, just kind of building it all yourself. So yeah, different horses for different courses. So yeah, pick what you like, but I think the home gym community is quite exciting and a lot of great things coming. Thank you.